Roy Thomas is going to be doing another private signing at CGC. That gives me something to think about. Hey YouTube, the great writer Roy Thomas, who has written many things, the Avengers. He's the guy who started Vision. He wrote X-Men. He wrote Conan the Barbarian. He is well known in the comic book community. Well, he's going to be doing another private signing down at CGC. His last one was in December of 2020. I had sent a book down there to be signed. It is this book. It is this Conan 24. This is kind of considered the first appearance of Red Sonja. Some people say it's the first full appearance of Red Sonja, and issue 23 was her cameo. I don't really know what it is, but this book is amazing to me. I love this bar scene. The signature placement is spectacular. Love this book. But now, I held off on sending one of my Grail books. The book that I sent before, that Conan 24, that was a raw book that had never been slabbed before, never was graded. I did press it before I sent it, and I had it pressed again down there because I'm afraid of the handling of my books, messing up the grade. Now, okay, the world knows that Matt Woods is a Conan the Barbarian comic book fan, and just fan in general, if you will. This is clearly one of my favorite books in the collection. It's a 9.4 Conan the Barbarian. It's very rare. Maybe it's not super rare, but you can see there's less than 100 9.8s, and there's only 327 of the 9.4s. And the value difference is quite significant, with the 9.8, being at fair market value of over $6,000. So cracking this book, having it pressed and signed, could be a very lucrative option for me. So my dilemma is this book, crackable, repressable, and maybe get a higher grade on it? Listen, I would be happy if the book came back in 9.4 and got a, signature on it. That would be an improvement from what it is. Now, there are some risks of me sending this book back. This is a classic book. This was graded a long time ago. This is an old label. I've owned this book since 2003, maybe 2004. I'm not exactly sure how long I've owned it. Somewhere in that time frame. I did look on the CGC census. This book was graded in the year 2002, so you can tell I bought it slabbed. And did I preserve the book correctly? Did I store it correctly? Did it get too much heat? Did it get moisture to it? I don't think it did, but that's a possibility and that's a risk. Not only that, while this book is being handled, it could get damaged. I mean, if you've ever seen videos of the people down at CGC, they do take care of the books. I'm not saying that they don't, but they're handing it off. And could an accident happen? Absolutely it could, and that is one of my biggest worries. Now, here's something else. As I'm looking at this book, and I can see some pressable defects, but this book is actually in pretty good shape. This book is off-white to white pages. I do think that the back cover could benefit from a cleaning, and maybe even some of the front cover and some of the negative space areas. But this is still a 9.4. It's a great grade, and I don't know. There's a little bit on the top of Keller break, but this book looks nice. This is an older book. I don't know that it would be improved with the press. It does look in good shape. The only thing I can see is there's just a little bit up here, and I'm going to take really close-up pictures of it, and we will look at it there and see if it can be improved. But that's a dilemma I'm going to have. by the end of this video, I will make a decision. Am I going to send this book off to CGC to be signed, pressed, and regraded? It's amazing because I've owned this book for years, like I said, but whenever you really start to inspect a book, you start to notice a lot of things. There is, that right there is just ink on their book. It's not dirt, but you start to notice how dirty this is. Now, I just assumed, looking at it from afar, that cream to off-white means exactly that, but I don't know. Did it get that Keller or Page Keller denotion because of the dirt that is on this book? Again, this book was sent in at a time before pressing and cleaning was a thing in comic books. So this book can clearly benefit from a cleaning. I don't know that the overall grade will truly improve because there's a few little things here and there in the book. But for the most part, this book is a solid 9.4, even for a modern book. The only thing I can see improved is right there, that page wrinkle by the top corner on the left. I definitely think that that has a chance to maybe get this grade or get this book a grade bump with a proper press. One other book that I am debating whether or not to do it, it is Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel #1. This was printed in 2009. This is a 9.4, another solid grade in this book. But this book, I see a non-color breaking dent on this bottom corner. I see a little bit of waviness on the cover up top. Now, 2009, people did press comic books at the time, but I don't know if it was as well known and as popular as it is now. So I do think that maybe this book can benefit from a press. There is a non-color breaking spine tick on this. And those are kind of hard to get out, with a just normal press. I don't know if that can come out. There's a possibility if that non-color breaking spine tick, this non-color breaking crease can be flattened out, and if this waviness can be taken care of, this book can be improved upon. So I am going to send this book off to be cracked, pressed, and regraded. This book had a lower print run than even that Conan the Barbarian from 1970. You can see the amount of books on the CGC census, that are graded in a 9.4, 9.6, 9.8. And I pulled data from Go Collect to see the difference in value in the book between 9.4, 9.6, 9.8. This book, I feel, has a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of speculation that Adam Brashear is going to make it into an MCU, and whenever he does, I see the sky being the limit on this book. And this is such a great character. If you guys have never read this series, I absolutely highly encourage you to read this. Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel #1. This was a 5-issue miniseries and fabulous art throughout it, and such a great, powerful story being told in comic books. It's a very moving type of a story. Excellent writing, but I can't say enough good things about it as I keep going on about it. Let's look at some of these pictures and see if this can be improved and what grades that you guys think it's going to get with a proper press. This book is clearly in a lot better shape than that Conan the Barbarian was. A lot cleaner, a lot more presentable, but at the same time, there are some things that can be improved, like that little dent up there in the top left corner. That's something that can be improved. There is a crease on the bottom left corner. And I'm going to show you, right there it is. There's a non-color breaking spine tick right there. I think it's hard to see it without the proper lighting, but I definitely see this book improving with a proper press. Made a decision. We are going to send both of these books off to CGC. This one to private signing by Roy Thomas. And it's going to be pressed and regraded. This is going to be cracked, pressed, and regraded also. But guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you like this content, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscription button, and put a comment down below. I want to thank everybody for watching, and you have a great day.